my name is Anya. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my surrogacy journey so far. I'm just in the beginning stages, so I just want to kind of make a video to let you guys know where I'm at and to be able to look back on this and see where I was and see the things that I was going through and that kind of thing. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I am 21 years old. I live in Florida. I have a wonderful husband. We've been married since last March of 2014, and we've been together since like I was 12. So we've been together for a really long time. We have two beautiful little boys, a 5-year-old and an 11-month-old, and they're the best that we could ask for. We don't plan on having any more of our own. No little girls. Everybody asks, oh, don't you want one more? See if it's a little girl. No, I'm good with my boys. So first of all, I have wanted to do surrogacy since I was about 16. I had a neighbor that was a surrogate, and she just really inspired me to want to do this, and to be able to do this for someone and to be able to give them the experiences that I was able to experience having my child, and being able to see these wonderful children grow on a day-to-day basis. And it's just a gift that I can give somebody, and I love that. And so most agencies, you're not allowed to be a surrogate until you're 21. I checked into it when I turned 18, and there wasn't really anywhere that was willing to do it because I wasn't 21 yet. So I turned 21 on January the 19th of this year, and on January the 5th, I went ahead and got the ball rolling and put in my first application to be a surrogate. And the next day, I got an email response back. It was an automated response, but it was a response just saying that there was some more forms I needed to fill out. So they sent me the forms and had me go ahead and do them. On January the 9th was my first email correspondence with my intake coordinator. She's very nice. She is just a great person. And she was willing to help me with anything. On January the 12th, I had my first Skype call with her, and she just asked me a lot of questions. She asked me about my medical history. She just asked me about my life situation right now. Just everything that would pertain to me carrying a baby and that kind of thing. And I also had some postpartum depression after my second child, so she was a little worried about that. She was just asking about like the circumstances at the time, and now that I feel better, what has changed and that kind of thing. So she just basically asked me, just normal questions. So then on January the 12th also, I sent in some photos of myself and my children, and, I sent in a wedding picture and a picture from a recent family vacation, and, just that kind of stuff, just so she could see, like, my family and that kind of thing. On January the 14th, they received my medical records, and it was from my second pregnancy, because the records from my first pregnancy, the hospital has been closed for some years now, so they had to just go off the second pregnancy and what records they had there. So they received my medical records, and then on January the 28th, I received my first profile of a couple, and they seemed very nice. Their pictures were, beautiful. They looked like a beautiful couple. But before I was able to meet them, I guess something happened with the clinic, and they weren't able to do it or something. So we had to move on. So on February the 3rd, I sent in my intent agreement, basically just stating that that I agreed to all the terms and just the pay, and I had to sign it and get it notarized, and I had to send in like what my pay is at my job, all my employer's information, just so they would know that I had a job, and that if I went on bed rest, like what they were going to be paying me, because they pay for all of that. If I have to be put on bed rest, they still pay me. I also sent in my IVF release form that they in turn sent to the clinic. So then on February the 12th, I had my pap smear done. And I also spoke with my doctor about the whole surrogacy thing. And she is just so excited about the whole thing. This is her first surrogacy that she'll be doing. She's fairly new to being a midwife. And she is just super excited for the whole situation. She said that we would be able to Skype and call the intended parents during the doctor's appointments and all of that. So she's super excited, probably just as much as I am about the whole thing. And so then on February the 12th, also, I received my second profile for a couple. They are a French couple, and they're two men, and they look so sweet in their picture, and they sent their wedding picture, and they're a beautiful couple, and they, from what I've heard from them, you know, at the agency, they've been with them for a little while. They've been trying to find the perfect person, and they just sent me their profile, and they were hoping that it would work. So I let my coordinator know that I wanted to meet with them over Skype, and so on February 16th, which is today, I was able to have a Skype meeting with them, and it went great. I love them. They love me. We were able to talk a little bit. They do speak French, but they do speak English also. So we had a conversation without the translator for a little bit, and then the bigger questions and, you know, those kind of things we had to use the translator for. But, you know, they're so sweet. They're already worried about me and making sure that this is really what I want. And, you know, I'm so excited to be able to do this for them and to be able to help them start their family. And it really means a lot to me. I know it means a lot to them, but it means a lot to me to be able to help them out and, you know, just be able to do this for them. I feel like everyone should be able to experience what I've experienced with my kids. And so, after the Skype call, I emailed my coordinator and let her know that I wanted to move forward with them. And at the same time, they were emailing her, telling her that they wanted to move on with me. And so, we're going to go from there. Next is my psychological evaluation to just make sure everything's good in my head. So I'm not worried about that. So that is what's next, and then they will send all of my information to the clinic and let the clinic look it over and make sure that they approve me, and from there it'll be me going to the clinic and getting checked out, getting my medications, you know, to start all the meds, and then from there, it's trying to get pregnant. You know, I got to take the medication for, I think it's 3 weeks. And then after that time, I will go back to the clinic. The clinic's in Miami. I'll go back to the clinic, and they will do the implant. And actually, it's not my egg. It's an egg donor's egg. And so the egg donor and the intended parents have already been to the clinic. They're good to go. They're just waiting on me. So once I go, we will be ready to roll. So that is my journey so far. I'll be posting more videos and letting you guys know what's going on with me and how everything's going. I'm just super excited about the whole thing, and I just feel like it's going to be an awesome journey to go through. And, I'm sure everybody brings up the question, aren't you going to get attached to the baby? And, isn't it going to be so hard for you? And that kind of thing. And the only way that I can answer that question is to do this. It's something that I really want to do. And I feel like the only way for me to know how it's going to be for me is to do it. I've always been the type to learn by doing, so even if it was a mistake, I needed to do it to know that it was a mistake. But if it was a good thing, that's how I found out. And I feel like that this is something that I have to do to know that it's what I want or what I don't want. I'll probably get attached to the baby, but we've already talked about it. I'll get pictures, those kind of things. And I have to keep in my mind that the baby isn't related to me by any means. I'm just basically like the oven that it's cooking in. It's just such a great, it's going to be such a great experience. And I'm just glad that I have such supportive intended parents, coordinators, an amazing husband, amazingly supportive husband. I have supportive family members, my sister-in-law. I have an aunt that's super supportive about the whole thing. She was with me on my first Skype call with my coordinator. So I have so many people that are backing me, and there are some people in my family that probably would rather me not do it, but they're still behind me because they know it's something that I'm passionate about. And I'm just very thankful for that. And I know that with everybody's support and with everybody's help, no matter what happens, and no matter how attached or how distraught I am, if I am after the baby has to go to its actual parents, I just know that I can make it through with their support. I'm going to be carrying this child for 9 months. I can imagine that I'm going to be or children. It could be twins, it could be triplets. Either way, but I can imagine that I'm going to be attached to it at some point, and I can imagine it's going to be hard. But, I just have to, I know this sounds terrible, I have to think of it as a job, and I have to remember that I'm doing this for someone so they can start their lives and be able to live the life, of a family. And so I am going to end this video before it gets way too long, but I wanted to try to explain all of this to you guys, and like I said, so I can look back on this later and see everything. So that's it for now. I'll be posting more videos throughout the whole thing. Probably after my psychological evaluation, I'll post a video and just let you guys know what kind of questions she's asking, or I'm not real sure, what kind of questions they're asking and what they said, and then after that it'll just be whenever I go to the clinic and that kind of thing. So I guess it's bye for now. Alright, bye!